Thanksgiving and Christmas turkey. Thank you all for coming, and students who are from other lands other than North America will notice that we have support from all departments and all offices of Eastern Illinois University supporting our work and program, starting from the provost. And every one of them, as they'll go one by one, lift something to be here with us. So would you please give them all a round of applause as we start. Provost Lord, what is Thanksgiving to you, and what's international, and what's Eastern to you?
That's quite a lot of questions all at one time. First of all, let me welcome everybody here. President Perry may or may not be able to make it later. He's at another event, and I'm on my way to another event. But I do want to bring greetings on behalf of the institution at Christmas time, the holiday time, including Christmas. And you, of course, are celebrating Thanksgiving. A little factoid, many of us have the same meal at Thanksgiving, or at Christmas rather, that we do at Thanksgiving. Americans typically eat turkey twice a year, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then all of the week long that the turkey lasts afterwards, rather big beast. Some of the friends that I've talked with about Thanksgiving over the year talk about Thanksgiving if from the standpoint of an adult often being their favorite holiday of the season or of our year. Children love Christmas because they get all the surprises and the mystery and the gifts. But parents, adults, often find Thanksgiving to be the truly family event. And this year, I flew back to be with my 91-year-old father at Thanksgiving, and my sister and brother couldn't make it. And it's typically the one time of the year that families get together as a family and have a celebration around a meal, which is a very favorite meal, although we only eat it twice. So that's what I can say about Thanksgiving. It's the one family event in our season, in our series of holidays. And I guess I'll just stop. I understand Dean Augustine has a story he's going to tell you about Thanksgiving, and I have no idea. Nobody tells stories better than Dean Augustine, so we'll get to him next. Anyway, welcome.
Of course, all international students know the name Dr. Bob Augustine, Dr. Robert Augustine, and here you will meet with him in person.
Well, thank you. The provost always brings the shine, and I'm the entertainment. So, he's the class, and I'm kind of the entertainment. But Dr. Wabi asked me to reflect with you for a moment on Thanksgiving and American culture, and why it was he wanted you all to be a part of the American tradition of Thanksgiving. And Provost Lord said it right. I think the American custom of Thanksgiving is about gathering around your family, not necessarily people you're related to, but whomever you think your family would be, and to sit down and you share a big meal with them as part of the understanding that the way that we get through life, the way that we advance ourselves is with those people who are around us who share what they have. So some people might have a lot to share, and some people bring just a little bit to share, but our whole custom around Thanksgiving is food and sort of the support we give each other. And here at Eastern, you are our family. Our family at Eastern is from everywhere around the world, all around Illinois, all around the United States, and all around the world. And I think it's so incredibly amazing that Dr. Wabi had this great idea to pull you together just as we would as Thanksgiving culture and talk about and share with you a meal, but more importantly to remind you and to remind all of us that the way that we become global citizens, the way that we become educated citizens is that we share together our experiences. You tell us about your life experience, and we try to give you a little taste of American life experience. And just like your real family, we're never going to let you go. We will find you. We will be with you the rest of your life, whether or not you want us to be. But You're important to us now. You're a part of our EIU family, and I'm really delighted that he had this great idea to sort of give you a taste of our traditions. But the real important part about our Thanksgiving Day celebration is to bring you together and to spend some time with each other. So I, too, like the provost, have another obligation this evening, and I'm delighted that there are so many fun things to do at the holidays. But you folks, enjoy this meal, enjoy your camaraderie. Remember this, and perhaps as you go on your way in life, you won't forget and bring together other people around you who will become part of your family later on. So enjoy your meal, and thanks for inviting me.
Thank you very much. Now, I was going to introduce the rest of the deans that we have here, but Dr. Pinglu has to leave, and I think that he will become a dean very soon. So would you please come? You met with Dr. Pinglu. He's like a father to you, I guess, and brother and mentor and a friend.
Thank you very much, Godfather. I'm going to give you a Chinese version of the Thanksgiving, but just kidding for that. I just want to say thank you to Dr. Wabi and everybody else for coming. And I do want to emphasize one thing that the graduate programs in technology really depend upon many of us here in the city. And one example I want to share with you is the number. And I wish every international student in the program are here, because so far this semester we have a total of 151 graduate students in the program. But out of this 151 students, we have 41 international students. So the main purpose of our doing this is that we want you to feel you are welcome in Charleston, you are welcome at the EIU, and we are here for you guys. And so this is one thing I want to kind of really you to understand this. Yeah, that's the main reason that when Dr. Wabi came to me and said, well, I want to organize this kind of event, I said, well, that makes me to think about my first semester, my first Thanksgiving in U.S. So that makes a big difference for me. So thank you all very much. And by the way, I had to leave because there's an emergency for the family.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, Dean Lanham is a smiling person. I don't know. He brings pleasure. And our class, our school, and our department, and our program are thankful to the library because of the support that you give us. And when you go to the library, really, you can visit the whole world. You have the whole world inside the library. So if you tell us just 1 second of your Thanksgiving thing and introduce the faculty, the library people that you are here.
Well, my name's Alan Lanham, and I have at least seen or met most of you, I think. Also from the library here, we have Nakil Sung, who's a professor in Library Technology Services, and his assistant, Sandy Nees, who also runs the programs, the lab programs on the 4th floor of the library. So, and I think that's the only other people from the library that are here. Oh. The camera will be better without my face. Maybe I'll go here so it shows enough people. I'll just say a little bit about Thanksgiving and Christmas both. It's been mentioned that it's a family thing, but to me Thanksgiving is very, very special because my family was not very large. My father's had one brother and one sister, and so there were only 3 children in the family. And this was a time that everyone would come to visit my grandmother at the same time. And my grandmother would fix the food. You know, maybe the food would cover that whole table. And there's not that many people in the family. She would just cook everything that she knew we liked. And so if she knew you liked a certain kind of potatoes, we were going to have that kind of potatoes. And if your favorite potatoes was a different kind, we're going to have that too. You know, and he likes another kind, we're having that also. You know, and so she would do this, and she would not want any help from anybody, you know, because she wanted to provide. It's sort of the matriarch of the family would provide the big Thanksgiving dinner. And so we all just love that. She passed away maybe 15 years ago, and we still miss, you know, getting together with her because that's the tradition for us. And she, as we all sit here, she would go around serving everybody and making sure you have more, and that you know, nobody's leaving here until we eat all this food, you know, and she would make way too much food. but nonetheless, it was very meaningful to us that she was so giving. She also had a full-time job. Now, why she thought she needed to do that, we don't know. But except that that's the way it's done. The matriarch is supposed to provide, and she would do that. And so the cousins would all get together and laugh and play games and whatever. But it was sort of a solemn day for us to have Thanksgiving together. And yet, because the weather is better at Thanksgiving than it is at Christmas, at least in North America, then we could go outside and play games and be more active. The Christmas, on the other hand, usually is like today, where it's very cold, and so the family again would gather, but no one's going outside after you get in. And so, as it has been mentioned, maybe the food is the same, but there would be some other nice things about Christmas. And one would be going to choose the Christmas tree. And so we would go out, my father would take my sister and I, and we would go out into a farm. We lived in a town, but we would go out to a farm of people that we knew, and we would cut down the tree and bring it home and have to put the stand on it. Today it's all very easy. You just take it out of a box and stick it up. But no, you had to work for the Christmas tree. And that made it even more special to all of us, because we got to choose which one and how big it was, what kind of tree it was. And then you have to go home and decorate, and sometimes we would make things to put on the tree, like popcorn. We would string popcorn or berries or something like that. But more often, you would pick out some things from the dime store. We don't even have dime stores anymore because Walmart is the ultimate dime store. But back then, you could find some inexpensive ornaments to put on the tree. And so we would collect them in a box, and you would keep it upstairs in the attic, and then you'd bring them down. And so every Christmas then, you would add a few more ornaments to the box. And as you're putting the Christmas tree together, you have to tell the story of every ornament. Okay, and this is all kinds of issues and problems for the family, because he thinks it's his ornament, she thinks it's her ornament, the kind of thing, The sister's like, I made that. No, the brother made that one. So it leads to a lot of very warm holiday memories for the family. But of course, over time, these holidays are so important to our families that they become so laden with memories that sometimes they get to be very emotional times, because maybe someone has passed away or someone had to move away, they couldn't come this year. So there's all kinds of sorrow because of happy memories. Sometimes happy memories bring sorrowful times to special occasions. So when we think of the holidays, very often we get extremely emotional. And a lot of it is for joy, and a lot of it is religious. The whole birth of Jesus, all these things come together, and yet then there's always something that, oh, but Aunt Susie is not here because she died, and then all of a sudden, you don't want to mention Aunt Susie during the dinner or anything, because everybody will get upset. So they are very important, and they become so intensely personal to people. But nonetheless, it's a happy, joyous time, and everybody should enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Now, I would ask our Indian friends to tell us what thank you in Indian would be like. Thank you.
Translate it.
Just say it. When you say thank you to somebody, what do you say?
It's like Krutagnatalu.
Say it again.
Krutagnatalu.
Okay. Same, you agree to that?
Yeah.
Same, say it again.
Yeah. Krutagnatalu.
It's not difficult for you, right?
No.
In Pakistan, what would you say?
Shukriya.
Shukriya.
Yeah.
Shukriya. And in English, it's thank you. In Arabic, it's shukran. And in Tehran is
Mutashakkiran.
Mutashakkiran. The same kind of Arabic. Kind of, okay. Any other languages that I missed?
Merci.
Well, Thanksgiving is not an American invention or an American feast or American time. It is universal. It's global. it happened to be that Americans celebrated in the fourth Thursday of November, but I bet you in Egypt we have it in March. In every country, every country, every culture would say thank you. And I'll give this to you to save time for people to talk. So I'll pass this around, take one of these to know what the American Thanksgiving it is. But you have your Thanksgiving as well. So pass it around, and you have the website to read more about it. When the idea started to have this Thanksgiving thing, and it is not all about food, but about fellowship as well. It starts with F also, and about what we have together in common. I first started with talking with Kathy. I told her, Kathy, I want to do this. Is it doable? So she said, yes. So please give her a hand. And Dr. Painter, would you please bring Kathy here? And Dr. Woodley, where is Dr. Woodley? Dr. Woodley, our chair. We want to say thank you. It's just appropriate to say thank you and the Thanksgiving thing. So would you please say something about
so much. Thank you all very much.
Do you have something to
Family and Consumer Sciences Thanksgiving?
Okay, me. He didn't mean you. See, this is what happens.
Thanks.
See, every time. It never happens.
No, it's all Kathy. Kathy Rose does this all the time. She's absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much.
Not that. They're welcome. They're welcome.
That's it? That's it?
But
Okay.
if you don't eat, it will truly be a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. It will all be very, very cold. And that's what happens at family Thanksgivings or any family gatherings. Everybody gets and people forget to eat. So I don't mean it. Football, yeah. We got football too. Like football. Stop getting that stick.
We will eat because students here have a final exam at 7:30, so we'll start eating fast. Now, before we do this, I want to acknowledge the presence of our chair dean, Dean Izadi. We used to say Chair Izadi, now Dean Izadi. So thank you very much for coming. Any words of wisdom? Let's eat. Very good, very good. Would you please, since you are in the mood of clapping your hands, and that would be the last thing we do, clap your hands for cats. Pete Grant. Pete Grant is not only a graduate of this program, but he is a big supporter for whatever we do in the technical things. And I've never approached him for a DVD or taping or anything. He just gives his wholehearted support. And today I hid from him that we will tape. I told him, come, you are guest of honor, so come and dine. So by his senses, he sensed that we will tape it. So he taped it for us. So thank you, Pete, for... Okay. Now, eat and enjoy.
Well, we all have to thank you for organizing this memorable. Those of us not from this country, this would be a most memorable occasion to take back. It is unique. Thank you for making it happen. To talk about it versus experiencing it, actually going through it. Thank you very much. That was... But you know about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you start. From all departments and all offices of Eastern Illinois University supporting our work and program, starting from the provost. And every one of them, as they'll go one by one, left something to be here with us. So would you please give them all a round of applause as we start. Provost Lord, what is Thanksgiving to you, and what's international, and what's Eastern to you?
That's quite a lot of questions all at one time. First of all, let me welcome everybody here. President Perry may or may not be able to make it later. He's at another event, and I'm on my way to another event. But I must they got all the surprises and the mystery and the gifts. But parents adults often find Thanksgiving to be the truly family event. And this year, I flew back to be with my 91-year-old father at Thanksgiving, and my sister and brother couldn't make it. And it's typically the one time of the year that families get together as a family and have a celebration around a meal, which is a very favorite meal, although we only eat it twice. So that's what I can say about Thanksgiving. It's the one family event in our season, in our series of holidays. And I guess I'll just stop. I understand Dean Augustine has...
And Christmas turkey. Thank you all for coming, and students who are from other lands other than North America will notice that we have support.
You want to bring greetings on behalf of the institution at Christmas time, the holiday time, including Christmas. And you, of course, are celebrating Thanksgiving. A little factoid, many of us have the same meal at Thanksgiving, or at Christmas rather, that we do at Thanksgiving. Americans typically eat turkey twice a year, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then all of the week long that the turkey lasts afterwards, rather big beast. Some of the friends that I've talked with about Thanksgiving over the year talk about Thanksgiving if from the standpoint of an adult often being their favorite holiday of the season or of our year. Children love Christmas.